there to do that? Why do they go to these places to do that? Memories. Yeah, I mean, it's special. There's something about it that we want to be. That's actually my youngest daughter and my son-in-law. We got to be there. He didn't know I was there. But, we stopped. No, he did. He planned it all, so we went there. She didn't know, and it was so much fun. But we went. We didn't go to Biltmore. We didn't go to Epcot during the garden thing that's going on now. But we did go there, and it's just because it's a draw that's something special. I'm going to get back to that in a minute. Financial priorities, some more about this. People spend more to go to a place like that, all right, than they would necessarily just to go out on the dock at Lake Martin. Besides, you may drop the ring. Aiken and Palmer, what they found was in a survey of businesses, this is one of the earliest studies in this, they found that 60% of those surveyed, the businesses surveyed, believe that plants, this is perception, they believe that plants give them a more positive image. However, there's a flip side. If you don't take care of it, it gives a negative image. So there's high risk, high reward. Well, there's some reward, some risk, but there's awful big reward on this. Okay, that's somewhere in Orlando, but just in downtown. Isn't that nice? Wouldn't you rather? Don't you feel more comfortable going here? Aren't you excited to go into a place that has a real pretty landscape and just ooh and ah? This was a quote from their study. The plants and flowers inside and outside of the business give indicators to a business image. Because the person who keeps attractive plants must give attention to those plants or see that someone else provides care for the plants. The visitor may perceive that such an individual is caring and patient. We get a perception of a business by what it does. You go to a business that has a lousy looking landscape, you wonder if it's a restaurant, you wonder either A, they're such a good restaurant, they're so busy they don't have time to take care of the landscape. Or B, if they don't give attention to this, I wonder what my chili is going to be like. Okay? So it can make a difference in where we spend our money. Oh, I haven't, this actually was an assignment I gave to my students when I did this lecture in class. So if you did want to see an article that's pretty cool, you can Google Deborah Franklin. It's a little old, but it's March 2012. Nice article. Hospital gardens help patients heal. Hospital gardens turn out to have medical benefits. March 1st, 2012. Deborah Franklin. If you Google Deborah Franklin, you'll get this. Okay? Or you can go to Scientific American. Articles / Nature That Nurtures. And if you can write that down in the next 10 seconds, you can have it. I can come back to it later if you like. All right. Some other resources, don't write these down, but there's a lot of websites that really look at interior plants and plants as healing components just in our mental and emotional well-being. This is my dad, and that's Rick, my nephew. And you know, he was so fascinated because he wanted to see what my dad was doing. Now the truth, really, I got to give you full disclosure here. Daddy was looking for an armadillo. And Rick wanted to see it. You know, he wanted to see Granddaddy jump when that thing came out. They never got him. But it looks like he's working in the garden. It's amazing to me. And we talked about that. I talked about this with Sandra at lunch. It's amazing to me how many students, how many young people learn nature, learn gardening, have an interest, maybe even a lifelong interest in gardening because of the influence of their parents and grandparents. I have so many students that come in, why did you pick horticulture? Because I used to enjoy Katie today, all right? Our scholarship recipient that you met today. I said, how'd you get interested in horticulture? And you heard me read that she used to work in the garden with her mother. And her granddaddy had a farm and she'd pick blueberries. And that kind of connection is scary because, well, it's scary that we're losing that connection. And I can't tell you there's one big cause. It's just without passing that love and that passion on, it's not going to happen in the next generation. So that's kind of my job, and I'm hoping that I can get better. Okay? There is hope. There is some exciting thing. There are some exciting things going on. There's interest in food insecurity among our students. They really are fascinated by this whole deal with food deserts, where there's not food around and people can't get access to safe and affordable food. And students want to learn more about that. not only do we have the healing, well-being aspects, but hopefully we'll have a generation of students that'll want to explore so many other aspects of this. So the knowledge base is there. Now it's where we go with it from now, and hope and inspiring. Let's see. There we go. There's more operating. I know there they are. That's Josh. That's Josh's dad. And there, let the memories be in that sheet. That was so much fun. I love my girls. I love my boys. They're expensive. I had to buy them. It costs like, $15,000. It's called a wedding. Yeah. All right. So, any questions on that? Maybe I may have gotten too early. Let me see.
Uh-oh, you talking about food?
Woo! Wow, I got a lot of time. Okay.
Don't you think it's also related to hunter-gatherer?
That's it could be.
The
Yeah.
ones that do their plants best, did better and they respond better.
There is definitely some genetic something that's that's deep in our core that causes us to be attentive to nature. Yeah. That's a good comment. Yeah.
Colors, the color green, they've shown that if you paint a hospital room green, that also has that same kind of an influence, but if you put yellow up, you don't want to paint your dining room yellow because it causes arguments. I heard there's color-related internalized.
Yeah. Now we do have a response to color, and it's very interesting. And y'all know this. You probably know this, right? You've got your warm colors, which are what? Red, yellow, orange. That's warm, right? And you notice a lot of your fast food restaurants have what colors? Red. Why is that?
Fast. They want
They stimulate us. They make us move fast. They make us want to. We're gonna. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna squat and gobble. Boom, we're out of there. We're gonna get it and go, right? Then cool colors. What are those? Blues, green. Yeah, because they're calming. Warm colors, advancing. They're very stimulating. They advance. They get your attention. That probably has something to do with our genetic makeup too. We see red, that means run, or be careful, watch out. That's like fire and stuff like blood. Oh, I hadn't thought about blood.
Passion.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go into medicine.
He's ignoring that.
I didn't hear it.
Passion. She came up with it.
There you go, girl. All right. Turn that off. All right.
I've heard that a certain shade of pink will calm prisoners. A certain shade.
I'm not even going to go. I've never heard that. That's interesting. It made the news.
Governor in Phoenix.
But we are color wired.
Is that right?
Maybe we should put
So
out.
what did she say? I'm sorry.
Certain shade of pink that calms prisoners.
Yes, but I thought someone else made a comment after that.
The governor in Arizona put the prisoners in pink for that reason.
Yeah, Governor
You need to
Arizona.
wear pink. Use
The prisoners wear pink.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
Oh, yeah.
Sheriff Joe Arpaio.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
I thought you all might be interested in knowing when plants are not calming and are extremely stressful. That is when you have house plants on shelves in your house. 2 active, curious, healthy cats.
Those plants are coming down.
That's stress. So
Yeah.
plants don't decrease stress in that specific situation. I testify to that.
That is a good point. I've had a cat too, and when we would leave, Rocky would get so upset with us. We could. Now plants weren't. We didn't have them on the shelf, but he'd go up on the mantle and just because he was mad at us. He knocked pictures off. He was mad at us. I miss that cat.
I was taking my 6-year-old granddaughter the other day. I had to run in to get some medical equipment at the hospital. Well, used to, they had flowers and fountains, and I said, oh, you're going to love it. It's so pretty. Well, they've changed hands. The flowers are gone, the fountains are stopped and gungy looking. And she said, baby, I don't like this place.
Oh,
Such
your
a
credibility was
difference.
shot.
I know.
Man. Oh my
But
goodness.
they're difference.
it makes a
And
difference.
I was very disappointed.
Well, when you look at what we were raised in the garden with, it's mostly green. And so when we cannot see green, I think that goes to something that's deep inside of us. Yeah, so that you're saying that having the plants in the workspace, it's getting that connection.
Yeah.
Well, the guy next door who's selling all the plants, I walked in, saw the hydrangeas, I instantly thought of my grandmother.
You had that connection because you remember her.
Because she always had this huge bush of hydrangeas right outside the front door.
That would be another fun thing to look at, is to look at that generational connection. You know, not just the health and well-being, but also the relationship that we have with intergenerational, to look at how that's the net. There's a book out that's Last Child in the Garden or something like that. You've heard of that? Anybody know that? I've heard it. Yeah, it talks about the idea is, you know, fewer and fewer children outside. And I think maybe they've missed some connection with the previous generation that nurtured that appreciation and love. So,
You have to take care of a plant, it will die.
yes, it will. I've proven that many times. Yeah.
It really is a responsibility.
Those silk plants are great. I'm just kidding. Look,
How about plants purifying the air?
yeah, and that's kind of what Wolverton was getting at, is how they purify that air. You know, how they, you know, they're absorbing carbon dioxide, but there's other particulate matters, not just gases, but particulates that they actually sequester in the cells, so that you know, it doesn't, we don't have it around our faces where we're taking it in as much, and so that's huge.
Do you have a list of the ones that are the best?
Well, that's right. The Dracaena, the peace lily,
Spider.
the spider plant, snake, Sansevieria, mother-in-law's tongue. That's a good one, and it takes low light, so it'll go everywhere.
A lot of our plants are make medicine too, so it's, the Indians used to keep it, and they're surrounding, they have plants that heal them.
Yeah.
My nutritionist, half of the stuff she gives me, I'm eating algae, you know, and it's green, and it's from nature, but we don't get a lot of those things in our food, so, yeah.
If they did that same study now, I mean, you know, it started back in the 80s, 90s,
Yeah.
yes, we grew up with green. The people who were, the study was done with then grew up with green. Now that we have so many children that are stuck in the house, they don't get the communion with nature as we did. Do you think the results will be the same, or do you think now it's going to gradually change? So
That's a really good question. I don't know. I would suspect that there's some fundamental human characteristics, human needs that will not change. So I think we would see some of these trends still there, but would they be as strong? Would we have quite the connection? I don't know. It'd be interesting to see that. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe more, maybe stronger. They may miss it more, you know, and have a hunger more for that than it's hard to say unless we repeat.
But I think it would be different one way or the other, because
Could
it's
be.
a totally different environment
Yeah.
now
Could
than
be.
it was for those people who were tested or whatever you
And
call
you
it.
could do it on the computer. You could do all these studies on the computer. We didn't have to go outside. Yeah. Do we have another question over here? Yeah, you were right there.
Speak up, Lenore, can't hear you.
Also
I'll
heard
repeat.
something about the color green absorbs more energy from the sun.
Okay, the question was, the statement that heard that the color green in plants absorbs more energy from the sun. And that's right. I mean, it's the basic, you know, the chlorophyll in the plants is very efficient at you know, absorbing solar radiant energy. And you know, of course, that's the whole basis for photosynthesis and converting it. And that's right. Yeah. Is that help? Okay. Yeah.
I think air conditioning has cost a lot of change.
You know, I've heard that too. I think there are people that have said, you know, when we used to sit on the front porch, there was a lot more social interaction. think there's some truth to that. But
When you hung your clothes out to dry and talk to your neighbor.
What's that?
When you hung your clothes out to dry
And talk to
and talk to your neighbor.
Yeah, yeah.
Smell better.
Unless you're allergic to the pollen.
Comment was not, you know, you don't have as many trees in the front yard as you used to. So. Tornadoes.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I think I had until 10 till, right? I had 15.
Yes, that is correct.
So, maybe one other question, you got anything else? If it's an easy one, I'll answer it. If it's not, we'll go.
When's your lecture on the food thing?
Time to go. Look, I'm gonna tell you all about something we did. I'm gonna tell you about this, and so this is, you can turn that off now, because this is, I'll tell you later. No, my wife and I did this diet, and called the fast metabolism diet. And you know, the whole idea is the right foods. It's a balance of foods. Just eating right. It's what you learned about nutrition and you know supposed to do. It was remarkable. I lost 30 pounds.
I thought you
You know, in less just in a few months. Just eating the right things. And I wasn't even trying. I was just like Angie would say. My wife would say, "Eat this," and I go, "I don't want that." She said, "That's all you're getting." Remember that? Remember that? Growing up, this is all. You eat this, you're gonna go to bed hungry. And I would eat that, and she trained me well. So we both lost weight just from eating the right foods. So that's my testimony for eating the right foods. Okay, there you go. So that helps. And guess what? Fruits and vegetables, horticulture. Bam! All right.
Thank you so much.